It's almost Easter, and I love to make traditional Italian food. This is on my Easter table every year, Pizza Chiena or Pizza Rustica. Every family has their own recipe. Some families use a pie crust, some puff pastry, but my family uses a yeasted dough. Into the bowl of a stand mixer, I have flour, salt, and pepper. I proof my yeast in warm water, add it to the flour mixture, then I add in lard and eggs. Mix it until a dough forms, and now I'm just going to let it rise for 2 hours. Pizza Chiena is full of meats. I have ham, soppressata, prosciutto, and sharp provolone. So there's no lack of salt in this dish, so we do not add any salt to the mixture. I have 5 eggs that I'm going to whisk together, and then I'm going to add in basket cheese. Don't worry, if you don't have access to basket cheese, you can use the same amount of ricotta. I'm going to break that up a little bit and then use a hand mixer just to get it a little bit into smaller pieces. It doesn't have to be totally creamy. Add in all your meats and cheese, some grated pecorino, some pepper, and then you just want to give it a nice mix. And you want the mixture to be on the drier side. If it's too liquidy, then it won't set. Now I've reserved a piece of dough for decoration. You don't have to do that, but you do want to make the bottom piece larger than the top piece. I have a 9-inch springform pan that I'm going to grease with the lard that I made a few weeks ago. Place the larger bottom crust into the springform pan and just make sure you have some overlap over the edge. I'm going to use that overlap to make sure I really seal the seam so that none of that filling oozes out while it's baking. Level it out with a spatula and now place the top crust on, and you just want to go around the edges, curling that crust over and sealing it really well. If you have too much overhang, you can always cut that off and continue to seal the seam. Now I'm going to work on my decoration. This is the part that I just love to do. I love to make it look pretty. It looks festive. It is Easter, so I'm going to be making a cross. So I roll out 2 thin ropes, I twirl them together, and that's going to be the first part of the cross. I do the same with the other piece, and then I had some extra, so I made some roses for the center. Give it a nice egg wash to get that golden color in the oven. Bake it at 400 degrees Fahrenheit for about an hour to an hour and 30 minutes. It really depends on your oven. These type of traditional foods are really what my page is all about. Don't get me wrong, I love to cook everything, but tradition is where my heart is. And it's so important to me to pass that on. And the fact that it's so delicious doesn't hurt. The full recipe will be on frannylovesfood.com. Happy Easter and buona Pasqua a tutti.